Hello and welcome to this retreat inward. Sometimes slowing down and giving yourself this gift of going inwards is the best thing that you can do for yourself. And so today we'll be starting on our backs. Make sure you have a block handy, because you'll need it. If you don't have a block, you can grab a really thick pillow or perhaps a book that's about the same size. And when you're ready, come down onto your back. And as you recline on your back, draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around yourself like you're hugging your body. Feeling grateful for everything your body does for you on a daily basis, consciously, subconsciously. All of those automatic functions and systems that are constantly running in the background. And then soften the grip on the legs and start to draw circles with the knees. And you can move the knees in the same direction. You can move the knees in opposite directions. Just as you begin to move the legs, kind of massaging into your low back. Feeling the back of the sacrum and the pelvis on the yoga mat. And reverse directions with the knees. Once more, hugging the knees into your body. And either grabbing hold of your toes, or if it's available, you can move your fingers in between each one of your toes. And if you've got that, extend the legs to whatever extent works for your body. So maybe the knees remain bent, maybe the legs come all the way to straight, just pulling the legs gently in towards you. You can allow the low back to lift slightly off the mat. And you can massage into the balls of the feet, the pads of the feet as you're here. And then re-bend into the knees. Release the toes, you've got them. Grabbing hold of the shins once more and gently rocking up and down along your back. And we'll take maybe 3 or 4 rocks, really gentle rocks, massaging the back as you go. And on the last one, we'll come up to a seated cross-legged position, reaching the arms up overhead as you inhale. And on the exhale, hinging from your hips and folding forward. Now, if you need here, you could grab your block and rest your forehead on your block. If it happens that your head can come down a little further, you might just lower the block a level. And as you're here, allow your breath to become more spacious. Noticing on the inhale, the expansion of the body. And on the exhale, the release of effort. Expanding and releasing. And then we'll slowly come up, walking your hands in and lean back into the hands. Simply switch the cross of the legs out in front of you. Inhale, extend the arms up, big breath. And on your exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward once more. So adjusting the block to whatever height feels good for the second side. Allowing your head to rest and then tuning into the breath. Notice what's gripping here that doesn't need to be working. What can you soften? What can you release? Good. And then slowly walk your way back up. You can just set the block to the side for now. And we'll be coming onto our hands and knees in a tabletop position. And once you get here into tabletop, we just want to allow the hips to move side to side at first. And then a little bigger side to side. So allowing your hips to kind of drop to the right and the left. Just doing this a couple of times. Good. And then we'll start to draw circles with your hips and allowing the torso, the head, the neck, and the shoulders to get involved in these circles. So you're wanting to feel into all of your joints of the body here. The shoulders, the knees, everything moving as you move with the breath. And the goal is to just feel a little bit of fluidity in your body, a little bit of ease and grace, a little juiciness as you move. Reverse the direction, you can take it in the opposite way. And if it helps, just close your eyes and feel into what your body's doing rather than looking at your body and judging your body. Allow it to be. And just feel. Feel into what feels natural and easy and delicious for you. And then press back into a child's pose, bringing hips to heels. Taking the arms out in front of you, walking the fingertips forward. And again, the head rests down on the mat. Deep, full breaths here. And from child's pose, begin to round up your spine. So sitting back onto the heels, rounding through your torso as you come all the way up to a seated position. Bring the knees a little closer together. And we'll take the arms really wide. Take a big in-breath. Open the heart and the chest. And as you exhale, contract the belly. Wrap the arms around your body, giving yourself a hug and curling inward towards yourself. Inhale, big spacious breath. Exhale, switching the cross of your arms, hugging yourself inward. Big inhale. Again, exhale. Another big breath in. And exhale. Inhale, come back to center and come all the way down onto your belly. As you lie on your belly, take your right knee and slide it all the way up towards the right elbow. So a couple of options here. You can turn your head to the right and just cactus the arms. This is a beautiful position to rest into and to ground into. And if you want a little bit of a different variation, go ahead and lift your torso up and take the right arm underneath that left side of the body. So your gaze is now over towards the left side of the mat. And wherever you find yourself, deepen the breath. Creating more spaciousness with every inhale. And more softness with every exhale. Beginning to just observe whatever is present in your body, whatever sensations are present, without creating something that's not there. And as you remain aware and present to these sensations, the thoughts of the mind will start to get fewer and further between. Slowly begin to come back up. So pressing into the left hand to slide that right arm out from underneath you. And then sliding the right knee down to meet the left leg. From here, come to neutral. So make a little pillow with your hands at the top of your mat for your forehead. Bend into the knees and gently windshield wiper the legs behind you, side to side. And we'll come into our second side. This time sliding the left knee all the way up towards the left elbow. Option A is to just cactus the arms and gaze to the left, resting here. Option B, press into your hand on that right side and slide the left arm, the left shoulder underneath the right. And come to lie down and rest here. Whatever version of the posture you're in, notice the breath. Observe the breath moving in and out of the body. Again, every inhale brings with it more spaciousness. And every exhale releasing effort. Softening the body. Last couple breaths here, just feeling the support of the earth beneath you, the grounded, strong foundation. And when you're ready, gently push into the right hand to lift your body up. Again, finding neutral, so slide the left knee down to meet the right. Create a little pillow at the top of the mat for the head. Bending into both knees and gently rocking the knees side to side, like little windshield wipers. And from here, we'll press back into a traditional child's pose. So lift onto the hands and knees first. Bring the knees together towards one another, and then as you exhale, we'll press the hips back to the heels, keeping the knees touching. So allow the forehead to come down, and allow your arms to rest by the sides of your body. So the shoulders can soften, release their grip. And breathe here. And then from this position, you can make little fists with your hand and take the fist to your lower back and gently tap. Tap along the sacrum, the back of the pelvis. Tap up the erector muscles of the spine. Tap into the bottom of the trapezius muscle, maybe the sides of the hip bones. And then grab hold of the heels behind you, tucking the forehead in towards the knees, so you almost want the forehead to touch the knee here. And then pulling onto the heels to lift the hips. Releasing the hips to heels, lift the heart and chest up. Take the hands behind you on your fingertips. Big inhale. And then exhale again, round into the body, forehead to knees, grabbing the heels. Inhaling, lift the hips. Exhaling, hips to heels. Again, hands behind you, big breath. One more time, rounding in. Lift the hips, big inhale. And exhale. Releasing the hips to the heels, coming up to a seated position. So from here, we'll turn to face the side of your yoga mat, taking your legs out wide, and then grabbing the block. If you have a block, you could also use a pillow or a blanket or a bolster, whatever is available for you that can support you in this position. So with your legs wide, they don't have to be too wide here. You can even keep a little bend in the knees if you like, or start to walk your way forward, having that block out in front of you. And just like we did before, you can have it on the high level to rest your forehead on, like this, holding onto the block. You could also have it on the lower level, bringing that block a little further out in front of you for the head to rest on. One more option. You can take the block underneath the hip points in the low belly and allow the belly to rest on the block. And then you can rest your head on your hands. So which of those three options feels better in your body? Take that. And then once you get into your variation, close your eyes and find that spacious breath. Imagine here that your inhales could fill into the back body, into the backs of the kidneys, into the whole entire back. And your exhales allow the body to soften even more so that you drape over your block, over the floor like a sheet. Noticing in these last few breaths of this position, what else can you soften? What else can you release? How can you turn a little deeper inward? So we'll slowly start to lift the body up, coming out of this position and taking the block, just setting it to the side near the top of your mat. Gently bend your knees, draw the legs together, and find a comfortable seated position here, crossing the legs. And then take the arms out in front of you and switch so the wrists are crossed and the palms of the hands touch. Interlace your fingers here. Then bend into the elbows and bring this into your heart. Take a deep, full breath in. And then part your lips and release out. With your eyes closed, bring your focus to your third eye, the space right between your eyebrows. And just observe whatever is present in your body. Observe whatever thoughts are present in your mind. Without judgment, attachment, just observe. Slowly release. Taking the arms out in front of you, unwind your grip. Bring the knees in. And as we started on our backs, curl into a tight ball here. So wrap the arms around the legs and hug your body. Drop your chin into your chest and close your eyes. Again, a wave of gratitude moving through you for this body that you've been gifted. This incredible, amazing body and everything that it does for you on a daily basis. And then gently release, grabbing hold of your block and coming down onto your backs. We're going to use the block in a supported bridge variation. So bend into the knees, the feet are about hips distance. You'll lift your hips up and then you can slide the block underneath the hips on the lowest level. You can also do the mid-level, you can also do the high level, whatever feels best and good in your body. And as the block supports that lower back, your upper body can also relax. So you can have the arms down by your sides. You can also maybe reach the arms overhead and grab hold of opposite wrist or opposite elbow. And then tuning into your breath here. The breath is a tool that anchors us to the present moment. So when you notice your mind wandering off somewhere else, just draw it right back to your breath, observing the breath moving in and out of the body, observing the body breathing. And very slowly, very gently coming off the block, push into your feet. Remove the block from the lower back and just allow your back to come down onto the yoga mat. Walk your feet wide and knock your knees together. And then separate the knees and take the block between the knees, between the thighs. Lift your hips up and bring them over to the right side of your yoga mat, and then allow your knees to fall to the left. So you're coming into a supported twist using the block. Arms out wide to your sides. Switch sides. Keeping the block between the legs and just lifting the hips and moving them over to the left side of your mat. And then allowing the knees along with the block to fall to the right. And you can adjust the block, the knees, however you need. In these last few moments of practice, again, just checking in with the body and doing one last sweep, noticing if there are any little bits and pieces that are still using effort, are still working, inviting them to relax and release. And slowly come back to center, just setting the block to the side. Taking the legs out in front of you. And as the legs extend, you can turn the toes in and the toes out and just reset the pelvis and the lower back and the thigh bones and the hip sockets. And take up a lot of space here, arms wide, legs wide. Allow the body to rest into its liquid nature and expand against the ground beneath you. And take one last final breath consciously into the body, filling up. And then parting the lips and exhale to release. I invite you to rest here for the next few minutes, taking as much time as the body needs or feels called to rest. Allow this to be the final stage of your retreat inward, and see how deep you can go. Thank you so much for joining me.